Good morning, guys. It is a new day here, a new city, a new state, a new everything. As is evident by the intro, we picked up yesterday and we moved. We left Dorothy, New Jersey, headed straight up I-95, the entire length from south to north of New Jersey on I-95. And actually, when we got north of the city there in New York, we crossed over the George Washington Bridge. We did basically what the GPS told us to do because we were heading up here to Connecticut. And let me tell you something, the traversing through that, as soon as we got past the George Washington Bridge area and GPS sent us to 87 northbound, that Yonkers area, the Eastern Bronx area, man, let me tell you something. If you're not paying attention to your signs, if you're not paying attention to your GPS, and you make a wrong turn, it could be a catastrophe. Every bridge that we traversed on 87 and even I-95, once we got past George Washington, every bridge was 13 foot 11, 13 foot 9. Not sure if you guys are aware, we travel at 13 feet 4 inches. So some of those areas we had 5 inches to spare. It was pretty sketchy. You got to be paying attention because you can make a mistake and get yourself in a pickle. But nonetheless, we made it. It was a 4-hour drive. We are up here in a place called Clinton, Connecticut. We're up in Clinton, Connecticut. May not sound familiar to some of you guys. We're about 15-20 miles outside of New Haven, Connecticut. We're going to be doing a little bit exploring in this area. Mind you, it's only going to be 3 days. We are at a pretty cool campground. We got a great spot, but more on the campground later. All right, so what's the first thing on the agenda? Downtown New Haven, Connecticut. And nothing better to visit here than Yale University. So we're going to walk around, even though it's a busy campus right inside the city. We're going to go check out some of the attractions and take some pictures and videos. right, so we are done touring Yale University. Let me tell you, very impressive campus. A lot of beautiful architecture. Hope you guys enjoyed the footage I brought you. There's no way that I can cover each building. Just way too big and way too much to talk about. So I just brought you guys a little tidbit. Now, I have no idea where we're going, but we're out of here. All right, so it turns out that what we were doing after touring Yale was driving around New Haven. Took care of some chores, had to do a Walmart run and stuff like that. So it turned out to be nothing. So we headed back here. We are back at the campground. So I'm going to take this opportunity to give you guys a really quick, brief rundown on this campground that we're at. All right, so we are at a place called Riverdale Farm Campsite. Riverdale Farm Campsite. We are about 18 miles outside of New Haven, Connecticut. To be perfectly honest with you, this was the closest place that I could find out, closest to New Haven. Really, there was slim pickings. There really wasn't a lot, or at least nothing that had some good reviews. This place turned out to be pretty cool, pretty good place. I mean, there are a lot of sites here at this campground. Mind you, a lot of them are seasonal, full-time people that live here, but they're great. We've met a couple of people. They're good people. And the site that we're on is pretty nice. We're on site 124. It's an end unit, and it has to the back side of it, it has a big field where kids were out here playing baseball yesterday. It's a nice site. I mean, the campground has your typical amenities that you would find just about anywhere. They have laundry. They have a shop at the front. They got an adult lounge. And they have the check-in with the small camp store, laundry, stuff like that. It's not a bad place for what we paid for it. We're only here 3 nights, so it's a good place. I give it a thumbs up. Again, it's called Riverdale Farm Campsites, and you're about 30-minute drive outside of New Haven, Connecticut. All right, so it is obviously another day here. We are still in Connecticut. And today we headed out to a place called Hammonasset State Park, or Hammonasset Beach State Park. Got a couple small trails, flat trails. They are rated easy. We're on one right now. And it's about time. We've been really longing to doing a few trails. This one's only 1.4 miles in and out. So let's go check it out. so that was Meg's Point Nature Walk Trail. Easy peasy, 1.4 miles. I mean, it's overcast, it's 78 degrees. It's a beautiful day for a hike or a walk. But now we're gonna go check out this nature center, and there's another trail that leads from the nature center. If it doesn't rain, which we're getting a little sprinkled on right now, if it doesn't rain, we're gonna go give that a shot. All right, guys, so we finished at the nature center, and as soon as we walked out, all bets were off. It was raining. So Hammonasset Beach State Park had to be called off, or the rest of it had to be called off on account of rain. So we are back at the campground now. We had to make a stop because we had to get a little crate for the dogs, so when we leave them alone inside the RV. We are back now. It is our last day here in Connecticut. Tomorrow we're gonna pack up and we're gonna head over to West Kingston, Rhode Island on our trek still up the East Coast. But more on that tomorrow. For now, Connecticut is another state that we had never visited before. We had never camped. We had never done anything. We had never been here. I had never been to Connecticut. And as a result of this trip, it does merit a sticker for our board. So we're gonna jump on that right now. And here we have Kaylee, the sticker person for the retired and rolling crew. And she has Connecticut in her hand, and here we go. There you go. Connecticut is on the map. All right, so that's it. The map is done. Connecticut is in the book. Like I mentioned earlier, tomorrow we're going to take I think it's an hour and 10, an hour and 15 minute trek right over to Rhode Island, where we're going to spend 3 days there, do a little bit of exploring, and everything we do, we're going to bring to you guys. We're going to share it with you. But that's it. Connecticut is a wrap. Thanks for watching, guys.